walk out.
Yeah.
Alright, we on. So, let me see this.
Yeah, we don't. Oh, yeah, that's perfect.
Yep, I see it. Ready? All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
We are the Hebrew Israelites, man, back at you with another lesson. And before we get started, we're going to give all praise and honor and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakodash.
double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone of world wellness, sincere brothers out there pushing this word and black doctrine and all true faith and sincerity. So you would say Shalom.
Shalom.
And then we're going to get right into it, man. Babylon, America will be destroyed and the elect will be delivered. All right, thus says the Bible. And we're going to get right into the scriptures, Jeremiah 51.
This is Jeremiah chapter 51, and it reads, start at the top. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that raise up against me a destroying wind.
You can see that this place is totally contrary to the Lord, man. And, you know, they're trying to exit God, what the world calls God, out of everything that we do in life, you know. And it says that it's gonna be a destroying wind, man. That's going into that nuclear fire, man. Keep going up.
As well as those tribulations that
God.
the Lord about to walk through there.
God. As well as the tribulations as well. Got it out. Any of y'all brothers got precept, got it.
This is Isaiah 47 in verse 1, and it reads, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called delicate, tender and delicate. And that's going into, this place has never been invaded. Since 1776, I believe, when this place became a country, and they had the Constitution written, this place has never been invaded like America has done to other countries. So, in that sense, this place is a virgin. It's never been infiltrated, never been penetrated. And that dust goes into confusion. And this is a place of great confusion, as well as the different laws and whatnot they have set forth, contrary to the Most High's law. A man being a man today and a woman tomorrow. And you have to respect all that. Is this not the land of great confusion?
Right.
Yes, it is. That was
Kind of like it, just backing up what you said. America, Mystery Babylon has been that superpower. Their military, their might, they've been bullies. And like the scripture says, there's been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, and all the nations are mad. Because these other nations, they follow the blueprint of America. Now they're seeing that it's gotten nowhere. Now it's about to be destroyed, and these other nations had a hand in the destruction of the children of Israel. The Lord's chosen. So now America is turning their backs on these other nations as well. That's why this war to end all wars is brewing in the distance. Let me get this precept real quick. This is Jeremiah 49, pages 50 and verse 9. It reads, for lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set the thieves in array against hell. What the hell?
Set themselves.
Oh, her. I got some writing. I couldn't see it. It's a lot. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return. So when they push the button, you can't unshoot a bullet. It's on the way.
We got a precept for y'all.
You can guess.
You probably still get your, because he was speaking on something earlier that came to my attention when he said all nations have drunk of the wine. And this Revelations 18 and 3. It says, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, that blueprint that the brother was talking about, and the merchants of the earth are rich through her delicacies, through the abundance of her delicacies. Right, man. This is going to how these nations, man, they took the blueprint of Babylon the Great and decided to build their countries and their lands and off that same blueprint.
And if I may add,
Go ahead.
if I may add to it, and that's one of the key things that lets you know that America is import country now, because it is a corporation first and foremost. America gets all its oil, its fruits and vegetables, and these different things, exotic cars and all these different things from other countries. Always come in that way, in a subtle way. You know, but the Lord is going to allow, okay, well, it's a balanced everything. You're getting everything, you're receiving everything good. Now you're going to receive everything. Now you're about to receive shit bad by invasion, by destruction. You know, by all these different calamities that's about to befall this fucking place, man. We see it in a small little increment of it, you know, small little thing, you know, with all these different hot shoes and shit, you know, all these different the birds. See, you gotta talk in code. Babylon is a fucking place of confusion. You know, with all these different with the bird that came back. You know, all these different things, you know, you got famine, water is polluted more now than ever. You know, the birds dropping out the damn sky. The people goddamn, look at the people, man, their minds is diluted or polluted, man. You know, you got goddamn sons killing their fathers, sons killing their mothers, daughters killing their fathers, daughters killing their mothers and their sisters. I mean, brother, this place is finished, man. It's fucked. You know, but hey, you people can't see it until the Lord actually allows it to happen. Like the brother pointed to, man, this place has never been infiltrated, it's never been penetrated. Like Tyson say, my defense is impregnable.
Right.
You know,
You
can't penetrate it, man. But the Lord is, hey, the Lord is about to let that baby go, man. Yahweh Shah is about to come back and destroy this place, man, because we see contractions. Contractions are the prophecies, man. You know, a woman don't know when she's about to have contractions. That's why the Lord tell us what? To measure the time diligently within themselves, man. Pay attention, man. Stand on your watch. You know, when your woman at that last little stage, you gotta pay attention. She gotta pay attention. You know, because any time that damn water can break, the mucus plugs can come out. And the mucus plugs already came out. So man, this place is finished. Like, we waiting on that water pop. When that water pop, that same, we might as well say that bubble. That bubble. No, because you still got a little time when that water breaks, still got a little time now. When that water pop, that's the economy is shit done. That's that MOTB. And shit, when that baby come, that's how I was shocked, because he coming, shit, hey, it's over with. You brothers got it, slide,
Precept on what the brothers are saying, you know. What you say the prophecies are what?
Contraction.
And you say the nations are angry with this place, you know. This is Jeremiah 51 and 27. And, you know, and through, you know, teaching prophets, teaching precept upon precept, here a little, there a little, you know. A line here and a line there. This is Jeremiah 51 and 27. It says, set up ye a standard in the land, blow the trumpet among the nations. And what that is, you know, the prophets being set up. You know?
And what's that standard? That banner, that enzyme. How watching y'all shout is doctrine and word.
Declaration of war.
It says, prepare the nations against her, call together against her the kingdoms of Iraq, Mini, and Asher, Zimmer, appoint a captain against her, cause the horses to come up as the rough caterpillars. Verse 28, 28 to 27.
Caterpillar, they devour. You know,
Verse 28 says, prepare against her the nations with the kings of the Medes, and the captains thereof, and all the rulers thereof, and all the land of his dominion. Verse 29. And the land shall tremble and sorrow, for every purpose of the Lord Yahweh shall be performed against Babylon to make the land of Babylon a desolation without an habitation. And that goes into when this place is, when Yahushua, when the Lord does come back and redeem his elect, this place is going to be utterly destroyed. There's going to be no landmarks to know where past Christianity and they say Louis began.
It'll be unrecognizable.
No.
And if I can cap real quick, I capitalize a caterpillar eats the life out of a tree.
Yeah, right.
You know, like, this place has been planted as the place of all hope, huh? Free will. You
We're
know,
going back into that destruction, I had a little bit more on that. And Chaldea, America, right, shall be a spoil. All that spoil her shall be satisfied, said the Lord Yahweh, because you were glad, because you rejoiced, O ye destroyers of mine heritage, because ye are grown fat as the heifer,
as a cow.
yeah, and grass and bellow as bulls. Your mother, right, mother of America, was Great Britain.
Great Britain.
Shall be sore confounded. She that bare you, which came out of there, came out of Great Britain, shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, right? A dry land and a damn desert.
One giant sandbox. That's what this place is going to end up being. Remember lizards and
Nobody
nobody.
got a pitch of tent.
You know,
I got a precept.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16, and I'm gonna start at verse 12. It says, the earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof. The sea arises up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled. And the fishes thereof also, because the Lord, Yahweh, and before the glory of, before the Lord, Yahweh, and before the glory of his power. Verse 13. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow.
So that lets you know, if I may add real quick, say for the glory of the Lord. When the Lord come back, man, this place, even before the nukes even touch down, when the Lord come back, this place will be shooken up. The earth will be shooken up, man. By that fathership, and by that power.
Verse 13. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss. It's like when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world, going into the thermonuclear missiles, man. That's what's going to ultimately destroy this place, along with the chariots of the Lord. You know, the concentrated fire and laser beam. But it is going to get, like the brother said, you know, it before then, you know, it's still gonna be bad out here. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's gonna get into.
That's a part of that wind. You know, like when you go into Matthew, hey, you ain't built your house upon that rock. And that wind comes, hey, when that wind represents tribulation, trial. Shit, you gonna easily been rocked off, you know?
Verse 14.
And that's crazy. Look, you got a rock and rocky. Like we were just talking about, you got the word rock, and then you got the motherfuckers that play the rock music. You see, that's the bastard tongue kind.
Verse 14. It says, behold, the plagues are sent, and shall not return again until they come upon the earth.
Like the brother say, man, you order that pizza, man. You can't unorder or undeliver that pizza.
You can't unshoot. Can't unshoot a gun.
Order that pizza, bro. It's coming.
Verse 15. Like what y'all see. The fire is kindled, and shall not be put out. Hey, it's over with. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no returning no more. It is what it is.
Verse 16, what it
It is what it is. It says, the fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. Verse 16, like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backwards, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon earth shall not return again. This Ezra was saying, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? Hey, if you ain't leaning upon the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, can't nobody deliver you from that. Your ass just gonna be caught up in that destruction, man. Straight like that. You have to have Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You have to be doing what you gotta do to the best of your ability, man. We gotta have faith in the Lord, man. Hey, He's the only one that can deliver us.
What's his name?
Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
He is the deliverer.
But that was it, man.
And like I add up, you know, the destruction, you know, like, what was that movie, 2012?
2012.
Remember that? That's the kind of stuff we're looking at. So even though that was a movie, but that's some major,
It can happen.
right, that's some major destruction. You know, when the Lord comes back, I mean, he's gonna come back in that kind of, when the earth is going through those kind of pains. You know, he's not coming back when cable is still on, people still got the cell phone coverage and going to the movies and no, bro, everything's gonna be done. Just like the brother said, when the water breaks. And you know, those of you that say that the name doesn't matter, man, but the name does matter. You know, what does it say in Proverbs? If
18.
yeah. Go ahead.
The name of the Lord, where you looking for the number?
I was looking for another one.
I think verse 130.
Yeah, that's the one.
This is a quick precept. Now backing on verse 17 in second Ezra.
30 and 4.
There it is. Go ahead.
When he says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days. How shall we? You know, this is Isaiah 11, and I'm gonna start
Well,
at
for
verse
him to be saying that, you know, he's
seen
seen something.
Right, bro.
Like, how can you escape? How can I escape this?
Think about seeing that back then.
Yeah.
With
So,
no
They
knowledge.
over electricity and lights and stuff. So but lightning was still there from the heavens. So that's why they said lightning or tempest or fire, things like that. He only was using the terminology which was available to him. But he saw these things that are happening now. How can you explain that? That's terrifying. Woe is me. How am I gonna get out of this?
I can't survive this.
There's no way.
You see him in Luke,
Because that blessing Esau was given was his technology, his sword of his technology of death. And he said it in first and sharp. Just going back out what the brother said, shit, how we get out of this? Going back that time to this. Looking at shit, what was going on into, looking at it now, like shit, what the hell?
terrifying.
You seeing goddamn missiles, but you thinking the air, they look like air. You don't even know missiles don't even exist, but arrows being shot from one line to another, and they leave behind shit. They fire desolate. What is this?
Garden of Eden. It was the Garden of Eden at first, and now it's nothing.
this is
Precept Bob?
Yeah, go ahead, finish that real quick. Proverbs 30:4, who hath ascended up into heaven, or descended? Who hath gathered the wind in his fist? These are questions. Who hath bound the waters in a garment? Who hath established all the ends of the earth? What is his name? And what is his son's name? If thou canst tell.
But the name don't
It
matter.
don't matter. Call him Yo Play Yo.
And that's a question and answer.
Right.
same
Rhetorical.
You should know.
If you're not on the good graces of the Heavenly Father, you're Israel, you're not doing the work or serving the Lord, repenting, fearing the Lord. Everybody's not a teacher or a prophet, right? But you can get into doing what's right, repenting and cleaning your life up. That comes with something.
Offended less.
Help the prophets, help the teachers. Help the men of the Lord. And you'll get the reward.
I don't know, bro.
It's that man should receive a prophet's reward against life. Yes, sir.
That's all I have.
Just laying back off with the brother. Well, actually, what's all been said from before. But in that Ezra 16 and 17, it says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days. You know, it's gonna be jacked up out here, like the brother said. You know, hey, it ain't gonna be during the time when you can go to Google and all of that's gonna be a no-no. 911 ain't gonna work. You know, these prison guards gonna be relinquished from their duties. They're gonna be more concerned about protecting their homes. Police officers, that's gonna be straight anarchy out here. And we see the beginning of that right now as these people are rising up in these different countries, and challenging that power. But this is Isaiah chapter 11, and I'm gonna start at verse 9, and it reads, "They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mount, for the earth shall be full of the knowledge of the Lord Yahweh, as the waters cover the sea." And the earth is full of that now, because the truth is being put out there, by way of the apostles, elders, and the men that labor in their works. The truth is out there, and it's covered in seed. People can be considered as seed as well. You've been birthed of a woman through what they call a birth canal. Verse 10, and it says, "And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse." Who is that root of Jesse? Abishai. Which shall stand for
And Jesse, who was Jesse?
King David's father, which shall stand for an ensign of the people.
One to the same who started to stand signs.
To it shall the Gentiles seek.
And who are the Gentiles? The Israelite foreigners that's going to seek to the Gentiles. They're going to be able to receive the Spirit.
And what the Lord say to the disciples, he was sent to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. He spoke that to the disciples. I know who I'm looking for. I know who I'm speaking to.
And if you get to understand, we wasn't calling ourselves tribe, this tribe, whatever. It was like, who's African American? Who's in a Gentile state of mind? Who's in a bastard state of mind?
We was calling ourselves with our oppressors. They gave us those names.
And his rest shall be glorious. Verse 11, this is the point. It says, and it shall come to pass in that day, will be unto me who shall save me. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the isles of the sea.
That's going into, hey, the Lord delivers, the ones of the Lord going to elect Babylon, hey, those different Israelites that still scattered in those countries that haven't been touched by those nukes.
Right.
They're going to be delivered. The Lord is going to have those different nations to carry upon their backs.
Verse 12, and he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. So that's when he said, when Ezra says, woe be unto me, who will save me in that day. Our Lord and Savior, Yahushua, the root of Jesse, and Yahushua come out of that root, He come out of that. So that's the offspring. So we have faith and we believe with all our mind, body, and spirit that Yahushua is going to come through in those days. And we ain't got no doubt. Our brothers on that spirit stay on all of us, starting with our apostle elders on them. We believe this will be the case. And now we lost our heads.
See, only the Lord knows who's who among whom. Only the Lord can gather up. You got Esau and his technology and his devices. He come out with Ancestry.com. On DNA, I don't know, where you send in this your saliva or whatever, and then you get a gift pack in the mail, a pamphlet, saying with a chart sliced like pie, saying I'm 33% this, 40% that, They trying to figure out where we at.
But the scripture tells us that. You're your father. The seed line.
They trying to figure it out through their witchcraft. They'll never figure it out.
But that's just Esau dealing with carnality.
Right, that's it, bro. That's it.
That's dealing with carnality. Because the spirit, the spirit bear witness. Romans 8:16. The spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High.
Spirit God.
You can't find out who's who by pricking somebody and getting blood. That's not going to, you know what I'm saying? Because that seed has been spread throughout all the land. That's why I say he's going to go throughout all the aisles and gather up his women. So our people going to be looking like these other people.
And
Go ahead. I'm done. Go ahead.
in order for the spirit that with us, because you receive that spirit.
Yeah.
Get jumped, walk the shop, and then you got it. John 6:63.
That's me. 6:63. Real quick. I already know you
You see you
No, this is right here. This is John 6:63, and it reads, and this is Yahweh Shai speaking because it's in the red. It says, it is the spirit that quickens. The make alive. Yeah, and it don't say that. The flesh profits nothing. That pricking of the skin ain't gonna prove nothing. Because that spirit that animates that certain person could be the spirit of an Israelite and looking like an heathen. It says, the words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. So the spirit is what quickens you, what makes you, not your flesh.
The elect is gonna get it this time around. Grab Matthew 19:11 real quick.
This is Matthew chapter 19 and verse 11, and it reads, but I say unto you, but I say unto them, all men cannot receive the same, save they to whom it is given. So who is given to? The elect. The children of Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shai. The only ones who going to receive this. Look at John, real quick. Let me go real quick. John 14.
I got
Go ahead.
just to back that. This is Romans chapter 11, verse 7. It says, what then? Israel had not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election had obtained it in the rest of the line.
The election.
Only the elect is going to receive it. Straight like that.
That's why it's like one reason why it's futile to try to force this truth on you, this word on you. You got your favorite uncle or cousin, you got your brothers, and like that. So co-workers, best friend, whatever. They're not. It's a spiritual reception to receive this word, right? If they don't hear it with that spirit, they're not going to get it. It's not for them. There's nothing you can do. Just as we heard it through the spirit, it resonated with our spirit. Nobody forced it. We heard it.
The scripture say their ears are uncircumcised.
It's uncircumcised.
The Lord willing, that spirit stay on us.
Psalm 51 and 11. Cast me not away from thy presence and take not the Holy Spirit from me. We have to ask the Lord to do that daily. Because the outward man perish. And the inward man, day by day, is renewed. And renewed through what? Having fear of the Lord, having faith, and understanding His word. Spirit.
Real quick, I appreciate that. This is John 14 and 16, and it reads, how shall I speak again as it read? I will pray the Father, and he shall give you another comfort, that he may abide with you forever. The comfort going into the doctrine. Even the spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive. Going into what the brother said.
And ultimately, Yahweh Shai,
Yahweh Shai.
give you my spirit.
Because it seeth him not, neither knoweth him, but ye know him, for he dwell with you and shall be in you. So only this truth is only for the 1/3 of the nation of Israel. It's not gonna be no exodus like the first exodus. It's not gonna be that everybody come over get a chance to come out. This go around, it's only gonna be the elect.
See, the first one came out on foot. This one,
It's style, cheery.
the glory.
Say, many are called, but few are chosen.
If we see the discrepancy between the different camps and whatnot. So, you know, hey, that's why we hear us say that, you know, we of the Hofer in there.
We don't even know. All willing. All willing we are. Brothers are.
Kind of real quick, and tells us that we're talking about here in 2nd Esdras, the 8th chapter, verse 3. There be many created, but few shall be saved.
Straight to the point. You can't even get around that. You even break it, you even gotta break that down. Already broke.
It's broke down already.
That's pursuing of Zechariah 13:8. Two-thirds.
Two-thirds, right.
Because it's about the remnant. This time, this go around the remnant of Jacob, man, was the elected Israel.
This is Zechariah. This is Zechariah 13, verse 7. And it reads, "Awake, O soul, against my shepherd and against the man that is my fellow, said the Lord of our hosts. Smite the shepherd, and the shepherd shall be scattered, and I will turn my hand upon the little ones." Verse 8. It reads, "It shall come to pass that in all the land, said the Lord, Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein." It's a little. And ended it off, and it reads, verse 9, "And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried."
That's not no easy process, dude. That's pressure.
Yeah.
Just like the other was saying on the video,
You gotta see your reflection.
you gotta see,
You know.
and the Lord has to see his reflection in us as well. He has to see his reflection in us. And that gold is ready to be what? To be plucked. It's ready.
It's real. It's pure.
It's pure.
It's right.
In the background of that, this is the book of Sirach, the 2nd chapter 5. "For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity."
Acceptable for you. No, I was just
So
acceptable, man.
So from much tribulation will we inherit the kingdom. It's not an easy cakewalk, is what I'm saying. We have work to do. The Lord's work, which is the most important work. The only work, the only ticket out of here. That's the only ticket. It's the only pin number. You know, like you go to the ATM.
Yeah.
You put the wrong one in there, you're not gonna get the money out.
Yeah,
You gotta put the right one in there.
If you ain't got no money in there at all,
This y'all brought one of you brothers to break it down. This 2nd Esdras 9:22. "Let the multitude perish, which was born in vain."
2/3 of the people. They was born in vain.
Because the Lord declared the end from the beginning.
He knew only the elect is gonna get it. It's gonna take hold and gonna grasp it.
Right. It says, "And let my grape be kept, and my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect."
that's the 1/3 of the nation of Israel.
Going through that fire.
Through that fire, being made perfect. Coming of the Lord.
Was that 2/3? Read that again, Bob, sir.
Let me start from the top. 2nd Esdras 9:22. "Let the multitude perish them, which was born in vain."
Multitude, hey, that's a lot of people, man. That's a lot. A lot of people is gonna perish, but only a remnant. Only a remnant.
Cluster of grapes.
Hey, that's like going to the beach. You going to the beach and just grabbing you a pinch of sand.
Yeah.
And then destroy all the rest of the sand you see on the beach.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
And you
That's
can
little. That's a little faith.
compare.
They'll say that the innumerable perish.
Multitude.
Multitude. That's all that.
Yeah. It says, "And let my grape be kept, and my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect."
we've been made perfect, but by way of the law, statutes, and commandments. For not doing this work, being called back into this and recognizing it, acknowledging the wrong that you've done, and not saying that, hey, I'm accepted, either way it go, I'm already saved, I ain't gotta do nothing.
Enduring all this hell that we in, man. Enduring it. Taking hold of, grasping it. You know what I'm saying? Not letting it get to us. We staying spiritual like we were talking about earlier, man. Staying spiritual. Because this is a spiritual battle that we're in right now, man. This ain't carnal. There's nothing carnal about this. This is all spiritual.
I had a precept,
I had a precept.
Let me start from the top.
I had one of them people.
This second Ezra 9, I'm gonna start at 19. For them everyone obey, but now the manner of them which are created in this world that is made are corrupted by perpetual seed and by a law which is uncertain, rid themselves. So I considered the world, and behold, there was peril because of the devices that will come into it by one who Esau, Edom. It says, and I saw and spared it greatly, and have kept me a great of cluster, and a plant of a great people. Let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain. Let my grape be kept, and my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect. Going to the elect, man. And they ain't been corrupted by, coming in modern day time, corrupted by Esau and his system and devices. His laws that are uncertain, that don't make fucking sense and never ending, that have gray areas, that have loopholes. This word right don't have gray areas, don't have loopholes, it don't contradict itself. It's not contrary to itself, man. It's not confusing him. Esau law is fucking confusing. They tell you you have the right to bear arms, but if a motherfucker come in your house uninvited, break in your house and you kill him, you still have to go to jail. You still have to fight your case, have to have your case fought for you. You still have to get a lawyer and all the different things to prove your innocence. This motherfucker came in my house.
But it's innocence until proven guilty.
You have the right to remain silent, but alright, you can get a lawyer. All this old shit, you beat me across my head, I don't want to talk. But I seen that in the movie, I'm pretty sure you probably do it. But shit, all these different, these laws that Esau puts here, they just fuck, man.
If you're innocent until proven guilty, why am I handcuffed?
Right.
If I'm innocent first until proven guilty, no, you already think I'm guilty.
Right.
I gotta prove my innocence.
Right.
It's all flipped around. That's why this society doesn't go by this.
Right.
That's why it doesn't.
It's backwards. That's confusing, man.
That's completely contrary.
Completely contrary. But and just to show their wickedness, they use this book as a front. All these elected officials or wherever they swearing in on it, but they pass laws that are contrary to this book. That's why they're trying to petition to get rid of it. You got that one activist in Florida trying to ban or get the Bible taken out of schools and libraries and things of that nature.
California.
Why?
Take the Bible out and put homosexuality and transgenderism.
Right. Because we're all one.
Because they see that that's the only thing that's basically people are saying. Like the Bible don't say that. People referring back to the scriptures. God said it's two genders, which it really is. It's only a male and a female.
Genesis, the first chapter.
If God wanted both genders, He would have made both genders. But that's not the case. Now they want to get rid of it.
So the Lord said He's not the author of confusion.
He's not the author.
This is Mark chapter 13, verse 20. I'm gonna start at verse 23. It says, I'm gonna start at verse 24. But in those days after that tribulation, the sun shall be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light. It's going into it's not gonna be no knowledge out here, man. It's just gonna be like Babylon the Great, confusion, man. There's gonna be darkness out here. No light, man. The light is not gonna be, the truth is not gonna be out here. The truth is, hey, the men of the Lord gonna be off the highways and byways. You know what I'm saying? It's just gonna be darkness. It says, verse 25, and the stars of heaven shall fall, and the powers that are in heaven shall be shaken. It's going into the thermonuclear missiles, man. It says, verse 26, and then shall they see the Son of Man coming in the clouds with great power and glory. It's the fathership, man, and the host of heaven coming alongside, man. Like your what you call it, your sci-fi movies, where you see the big so-called UFOs coming in and it just look all crazy. That's how it's gonna be, man. This is gonna be a sight to behold, man. It says, verse 27, and then shall he send his angels and shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from all over the earth, from the uttermost parts of the earth to the uttermost parts of heaven. Coming together, who is elect, man? A remnant, a small remnant. And guess what? Everybody else gonna get destroyed, man. And the elites who hiding from who escapes the thermonuclear missile, hey man, them hunters gonna come in and gonna gather your ass up, and you gonna put them chains on your head. Lord, we up that number. We up the men that are participating in that. Gonna put them chains around your neck, and your ass going into captivity, man. Gonna be the first fruits of slavery, straight like that.
The elect slaves.
The elect slaves.
Elect slaves.
The first fruits of slavery.
That was it.
Where you said in the days of tribulation, those days after tribulation, the sun shall be darkened and the moon shall not give its light. Stars, going into that. This is what is that speaking about? It's speaking about what? The Third World War. Those arrows being shot from one end to the other. And that's part of the Lord's wrath, those missiles. This is Isaiah 9, and I'm gonna start at verse 5. I'm gonna jump down real quick. It says, for every battle of the warrior is with confused noise.
Watch those old movies like Troy.
Swords clinking, all type of shit going on.
And garments rolled in blood. But this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. So let's see what the Lord talking about.
They'll be flexing their fingers. People will be flexing their fingers.
What they call it, the football that the president walk around with that briefcase with the code for the nuclear dispersion. This is verse 18, same chapter 9. It reads, for wickedness burneth as fire, it shall devour the briars and the thorns, and shall kindle in the thickets of the forest, and they shall mount up like the lifting, and they shall mount up like the lifting of smoke. This is the point right here, verse 19. It says, through the wrath of the Lord Yahweh of hosts, through the wrath of those missiles. This battle ain't gonna be fought clink, clank like in the ancient days. It's gonna be fought by football, by nuclear codes. They may not have turning keys and what. You got two people sitting side by side, about mashing these numbers at the same time. They had a scare in Hawaii a few years back, with that same ordeal, with the sirens and whatnot. They was incoming in 30 minutes. Verse 19 says, through the wrath of the Lord Yahweh of hosts is the land darkened, and the people shall be as the fuel of the fire. No man shall spare his brother. So, and ultimately, that 2/3 of our people and all the inhabitants of America gonna be fuel for the fire. Only the elect will escape this. Only the elect. And I say that boldly because that's what the scripture says. save them up.
It's like at one point, you know, there are so many, when you have the eyesight of the see, there are so many indicators that this society, this kingdom is done. I mean, the lines are blurred. I mean, the structure. That's why you have all this gender bull crap. You know, the alphabet boys and girls or whoever they are.
Whatever
You
it
can't
is.
call them this, you can't call them that. This is now becoming hate speech. You know, there were no good presidents ever, but this is the worst.
And if I can add to you what we were speaking about before we even did this lesson, Hebrew, which is this is for the Hebrew Israelites. This word is masculine. Like they trying to this is hate speech. Being masculine is a crime of hate.
Toxic.
There you go.
I can't even be a man.
It's overbearing, overwhelming. What's wrong with you?
Right.
For that's anger. The Lord is angry.
And that's what these scriptures
And we carry that spirit, man. We have plenty to be angry about if you wanna go there.
Right.
We got plenty to get carnal for reasons.
Right.
Legit reasons. But
our weapons
wait
of
on the
warfare.
Lord.
That's what separates us from
Separate
the sheep from the fucking goats.
Scripture too is saying the Lord is angry with the wicked every
Every
day.
day, bro.
And we're not at all equipped.
That's everything. But with that being said, man, Lord willing, y'all was edified through the spirit. And we're gonna go and close out, giving all praise and honor and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushua, Ba'Shem, Kakodash.
Shalom to the elders and apostles of the great millstone, and who rule well, and to the sincere occupant that pushing his word throughout the four winds, man. So you would say Shalom,
Shalom.
Baba Ba,
Baba.
Kwang Yashala.
Kwang Yashala.
ETA.
Double honors to the apostle.
Double honor.
Double honor.
Double honor.
Slip of the